Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Wakab Double honors to the apostles and the elders that rule well. And peace and blessings to you, brothers out there that's kicking his word in sincerity and truth. We are in some trying times. We are in the last days of the last days, and things are going to get more and more difficult in the truth. So it's very important that we're able to diagnose what our individual stomach blocks are, and also we need to be aware that more stumbling blocks are going to occur. Now what is a stumbling block? Well, according to Wikipedia online, it says a stumbling block is, and this is according to the Hebrew Bible, it says a snare for an enemy cause of or a cause of more stumbling. And the devil, he used several tactics in order for us to get thrown off of the task of serving Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. He could use a woman, he could use our job, he could use our children. You see, there's so many ways in which, we could get caught up in this world and caught up in this flesh and not focusing on the will of the Heavenly Father. So it's very important that we're being circumspect. Now, this is First Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. You see, so the devil, he's doing his job. He's setting different snares within our life, and the snare is a trap. He's setting these traps in our lives in order for us to be taken out, of the truth and not receive that crown. The elder Yatazak says this often, and he posed a beautiful question in one of his sit downs that he did, I want to say a month ago. In his he stated, does the Satan love the Most High more than you do? And that's something that we have to ask ourselves, man. You see, especially dealing with this life, because there's so many ways in which we could go off. So it's very important that we're being circumspect and we're being diligent, in this walk of ours, and not getting lax and getting caught up in, seeking pleasure. The underlying thing, the underlying reason, that's a better term, the underlying reason why we're here is to serve Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, not our flesh. You see, you put off the world in order for us to serve Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. You see, and that takes us being very mindful of the walk that we have and the task that we have at hand. You see. Now this is Ephesians 5:15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. That's right. So we can't walk, foolishly, and make the same mistakes that, we were making, years ago. It's time for us to come up on a level, because the Most High has us in a process in which we're being refined, and he allows Satan, he's allowing Satan to touch us, you know what I'm saying, in all aspects of our lives to prove our integrity. So if there's something that's in your life and that's causing a stumbling block, it's very important that you get that thing or that stumbling block out of your life. As I said earlier, and that stumbling block could be anything. It could be a job, it could be a woman, it could be, your car, it could be coveting the past, or not getting over, a certain argument that you and a brother had. There's so many ways in which, you could fall out of this thing, man. But if something is holding you back from truly serving the Heavenly Father, then it must be cut off. There's no excuses. You see? This is Matthew 5 and 27. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, uh, that whosoever looketh on a man, oh, so like on a woman to lust after her, hath committed adultery in with her already in his heart. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. That's right. So something is bothering you, you know, and it's definitely needful for you to cut it off. Now, Yahweh Shai used a metaphor of plucking at your eye and cutting off your right hand. Why did he do that? Well, he used those terms, to really express how it's important is to lose on this side versus gaining and being comfortable in this flesh. It might not be easy for a particular brother to lose his woman or to give up a good job, you know, or to give up, I'm saying, a car that, he's been coveting for for years, you know, or a certain art that you have with a brother. It might not be easy for you to, leave that situation, in the hands of Yahweh Shemi Shai. But if it's holding you back, again, from serving Yahweh Shemi Shai, you definitely want to check yourself, man. You know, you definitely want to check yourself because a huge way that, these demons work is, via the brotherhood, man. Offenses. And offenses that must come, but woe to them in which the offenses come. You see, so you definitely don't want to be a stumbling block to your brother. Leviticus 19 and 14. Thou shalt not curse the deaf, nor put a stumbling block before the blind, but shall fear thy power. I am Yahweh. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. Now we know Leviticus the 14th chapter is talking about the actual blind, but metaphorically that could be, going into the brotherhood. There's certain things that you could do, or say in front of certain brothers that you as an older brother, you might not need to do or say in front of a younger brother, because you don't want to be a stumbling block unto him. So it's very important that you're paying attention and you're checking your own actions. And the first person I'm speaking to is myself. You see, you have to check your actions, man, and really evaluate whether or not you're pleasing the Heavenly Father, or you're pleasing your flesh. You see, because you don't want to be a stumbling block, to one of the Lord's elect. If you are a stumbling block, then the Most High, He will kill you. You see, Matthew 13 and 14. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity. Now let's look at that word offend. And that's scandalion. The the movable stick or trigger of a trap stick, a trap snare, any impediment placed in the way and causing one to stumble or fall, a stumbling block, a casing of the stumbling. And that's what you don't want to be. You don't want to be. You won't want to, you know, stop a brother's growth or impede on a brother's, salvation. That's very, very, very deadly. And Yahweh Shai is going to come back and he's going to destroy those who do that. So, you definitely want to check yourself. You cause, strife often by your actions, or by your characteristics, your idiosyncrasies. You know, we have to remember that this truth isn't about what we think and about our perspective. Now, our perspective is important, but it doesn't, um, it's not more important than the scriptures. The scriptures is is what's important, not what we think and consider right and wrong. You see, and there's been a lot of people, who have fell out because of their own perspective, their vain opinion. You see, and we don't want to be that in this truth. We want to please the Heavenly Father because we are a body. So if something is offending a brother, then as a if you're a good body part, then what do? You're gonna correct it. You see, you're gonna correct yourself. But if you want to, be act black or so like you're so-called black, you see, and the Most High is gonna do away with you. This thing is about serving your Heavenly Father, and not what we perceive, and not serving our own belly. You see. So what's the whole conclusion of the matter? This is Matthew 26:4-1. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. We have to constantly pray and fast that we don't enter into temptation. You see, because there's a lot of things out here that could get us trapped up, and we might not see it before it's too late. So look alive, brothers. Let's continue to stay awake, and realize that we all are in a time of war. All praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. Double honor to the apostles and others that rule well. Peace and blessings to you brothers out there that's kicking the word, sincerity, also in truth. Shalom.